Hey guys, it's been a minute. It's been like a couple months. We're making back. Making a comeback for the What's in My Head podcast. Obviously, the title is called the What If podcast. 5 minutes on the clock. Today's video is going to be why we need bad media. Bad quality media. Like the ones that like 1 to 5 out of 10 or 1 to 6 out of 10. All right, 5 minutes on the clock starting now. So if we look at specifically the Marvel Cinematic Universe, okay, let's be for real. Up until the end of the end of the Infinity War saga and Endgame, right? Let's be for real. The movies were individual focus of the characters, and were higher quality or an attempt to tell a story about that character and build it up. And then after that, when it got to the MCU, they got too broad, too big, and overall, the fall off needs to be studied. I just keep it above. Fall off needs to be studied. It was bad overall, right? And if we go to anime, for example, a lot of people are like, oh my, I only watch good animes. I only watch good TV shows. I only read good stuff. I'm like, obviously there are exceptions, but most people that only consume good media cannot cannot articulate why things are good if they don't consume bad media that's like objectively bad. Like, for example, I watched a video literally today about it. If you only watch the big three for anime, I'm talking anime, the big three, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, right? You've only watched Fullmetal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, right? Frieren, for example. Another one would say, never got off the top of my head, right? Literally forgot off the top of my head. If you only watch good animes, when a bad one comes on, like you've never watched a bad one, or a mediocre one, or absolute slop, dog water, or the same tropes recycled over and over and over, you can't tell what's good or bad. Well, it's hard for you to tell what makes the difference between good or bad, because people like Giguk and other YouTubers and other, fanatics, the weebs, right? They've consumed so much. There used to be a 3-episode rule. All right, after 3 episodes, you can tell something's good or bad because of how experienced you are in that media. Now, some people in the first episode can tell if a media is good or bad. And honestly, it makes me go back to the mangakas and the editors, right? Where depending on the literally, manga theory and practice, Hirohiko Araki, writers of JoJo's, he said, the first panel cover tells you, for a lot of editors and publishers, that tells you how good or bad it is, just off the first look. And I'm like, I'm not a sweat like that. I'm not a sweat. Most of us civilians are not sweats, right? But we know what we like or what we don't like, right? And I like to say, we're trying to look for the next best thing. We're looking for the next JJK. We're looking for the next AOT, right? And I think what we're really looking for is something that captures and inspires us and captivates us, For me, I found that recently with Eternally Regressing Night. And I say recently, like last year. Eternally Regressing Night is one of those. Right? Like, it's really good. Bad Warm Blood, really, really good. Like, those ones really capture my attention. The characters are lovable. I like them. There's another one, Iron Blood, something I forgot off the top of my head, right? But we're looking for that next best thing. 2 minutes left on the clock, right? And I bring this up to be like, sometimes if you only consume good movies or good TV shows or good cartoons, if you only have good to compare against good, I'm not saying you can't see what's good, what's bad, or what qualities make something bad, but oftentimes bad movies, bad TV shows, or bad cartoons, oftentimes, unironically, they do 9 things bad, and they do a lot of things bad, and like 1 or 2 things really, really good. Like, what's the thing that's off the top of my head? That's a spoiler for a manga video I'm doing. What's a show that's really bad? For example, The Incredible Bulk. That movie is terrible. Honestly, we could talk about Black Panther forever. I still remember vividly what I don't like about that movie. Right? The problem with that movie, if you ask me, was not character assassination, but the characterization for Riri was bad. Shuri and Riri are very similar characters, and the writers did not spin them differently. I don't mind a female-driven movie, a female-driven cast. That's not my problem. I'm not anti-women. I'm not. It was just, you guys are not writing them to stand alone and be more competent in their roles and opinions. Oh, snap. You're the queen of Wakanda. An enemy king invaded your kingdom, and the first thing you don't do is bulker up the defenses and have a countrywide shutdown. That's a really big problem, right? Another thing is Shuri and Mimi have similar character designs, and they're not different from each other, portrayed well at all. They act very similarly to the point where you're just like, just choose one. We don't need both. Just choose one. I didn't watch the TV show, but I've heard everybody milk Ironheart to heaven and back about how bad it was. But yeah, time's up. So we're gonna get to the conclusions because I don't want to yap a little longer, unless y'all wouldn't mind. Let me know in the comments below. The whole point being this: conclusion. There's nothing wrong with having just good media, but having bad media unintentionally oftentimes lets us know why we love good media so much, and can also showcase how there are certain things done in bad media that's done really well, but there's certain execution things. Like, the best way I can put it, bad media is bad, but there's some good things at bad media besides letting us enjoy the good media that's well done. Sometimes bad media takes different ideas and opinions that good media doesn't do, because good media is safe and sometimes fabricated and trope heavy. And bad media sometimes exercises and experiments with different ideas and different characters, but then they fail the landing because of plot or bad direction, bad pacing, bad execution. So there's good and bad to having bad media, you know. Honestly speaking, I like bad media at times because sometimes they let me know what to avoid, because I want to be a writer one day, you know. I hold myself to the standards of some of these writers that I hold to when I do these manga reviews and stuff like that. I hold myself to those standards because I want to be that good one day, you know. So I really like, there's certain things they do right, they experiment with ideas, it just, execution is done bad. Like, I really sit down and analyze, what did you do wrong? What did you do wrong? And I pay attention to that stuff. Crazy. What did you do wrong? So I can make sure not to do what you did. But yeah, now I'm happy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have a good one, and as always, God bless.